Hi, I'm Brent. I'm B-Rum 1990, and it's the debut video for my new series, Mystery Sundays, where I'll be discussing the newest case of unsolved cases two Sundays a month. Our first case today on our debut cast is the disappearance of Amanda Jones. She was a 26-year-old woman who was 8.5 months pregnant at the time on August 14th, 2005 in Festus, Missouri. When the last person to see her refuses to talk to police, and her family is left wondering why. To give a bit of background, she worked as a loan administrator at the Eagle Bank in Festus, Missouri. She was going to meet her alleged father of her second child, a man named Brian Westfall, who they briefly dated, and she claimed who was the father of her second child. But Westfall refused to hear it, even offering to so far as to pay for an abortion. We've explored some possibilities. Could she have walked away and started a new life? No. She loved her job as a loan administrator. She had a 4-year-old daughter at home by the name of Hannah, who's now 17. And her walking away to start a new life would totally be out of character for her. So what did happen to Amanda Jones? Well, the facts are, on August 14th, 2005, she met up with Brian Westfall, the alleged father of her unborn child, a boy she was going to name Hayden, at the Hillsborough Civic Center in Festus. 15 minutes into their meeting, Amanda's former sister-in-law called her, but she said she was in the middle of something, which was very abrupt. That was the last contact from her family, according to cell phone records. The family launched a search later in the day and found her blue 1997 Pontiac Sunfire unlocked with her purse, cell phone, and wallet missing when the police searched it. They had suspected a stranger kidnapping, but that didn't seem to be the fit. They did suspect her ex-husband, Scott Jones, but according to reports, the divorce was amicable and they were co-parenting Hannah. Hannah went to her father, Scott, in 2000 after her mother disappeared. But unfortunately, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said he had been fully cooperating with them. But sadly, Scott died unexpectedly on November 25th of 2007. Hannah was placed with her grandparents. And now we get to Brian Westfall, the alleged father of her unborn son. He's considered to be the prime suspect in the disappearance. As Amanda was excited to be a mother for the second time, Westfall was on the other side of emotion. He was flat out denying Amanda's baby. Aforementioned, he offered to pay for an abortion, but he offered to hash out the details on what to do once the baby got there. To meet at the aforementioned Civic Center at 1 p.m. Westfall told authorities in his only interview to police that he and Amanda had an easygoing talk for about an hour, which he returned to her car and he went back to the Civic Center as he was a volunteer there. He also claimed Amanda was there 3 hours later, was still at the parking lot 3 hours later talking on the phone in a different area of the parking lot. But the police do not buy his original story. Amanda's cell phone records showed that she did not make or receive calls after her quick phone call with her former sister-in-law. And on August 14th, it was pretty hot and festive, so why would a 34-week pregnant woman sit in a car on a hot, humid August day for 3 hours? And her car's AC was broken at the time. Westfield cooperated at first, but then immediately hired a lawyer and to this day has refused to cooperate with authorities. He has refused to talk to the local police, the state police, and even the FBI. It's still being treated as a missing person, endangered person case. That's what it's called. But Amanda's family has accepted the fact she's dead, along with Hayden, along with the unborn child. When Crime Watch Daily tried to interview Brian Westfall at his farm in Missouri, he drove away in a tractor driving through fences just to get away from the interviewer. And as recently as 2000 of last year, a St. Louis TV station had tried to interview Westfall through his lawyer, but Westfall instructed him not to take any phone calls. Is the Westfall family helping him? My theory on the case is this. Brian Westfall had no intention of raising the baby and could not risk having a child born out of wedlock. My theory is he lured Amanda under the pretense of having a meal at a restaurant called Off the Hook. And it's a local restaurant in Missouri, in the town. But the personal theory is I think Brian did something to Amanda. I don't know if he killed her. I don't know what happened. But she hasn't been seen since 2006. This is 2019. And he's hiding behind attorneys and not wanting to cooperate. Doesn't make sense. If you know what's gonna, would you be cooperating with the police if the person claiming to hold your child had a father was missing? I would. But why would Westfield hide behind a lawyer? 9 times out of 10, he had something happened. Accepting the fact that Amanda's dead, it may be a theory of, well, now what? Most people are thinking, why can't the police just search his farm and stuff? Well, they got to go through the legal system, through the courts, to get a search warrant. And for 12 years, they have not had a single lead to give them that one big break to give them the probable cause. If they took him to trial now, he'd be acquitted and double jeopardy would attach to the Fifth Amendment, clearing him. Excuse me. He said, when Crime Watch Daily went to interview him, Jason Matera was the interviewer. Westfield turned around and drove his tractor away. driving through everything to get away from him. I'm like, that screams guilty to me. Why would you? And his parents wouldn't, kept saying he just contact our lawyers. It's been over 12 years. And the authorities unfortunately have no evidence to compel Brian Westfield to do anything. Let me know in the comments what you think. This is BROB 1990. I'll catch you on the next case.